Hey, my name's James Nicholson, and if you're watching this video, you want tips on applying for the recovery loan scheme. Well, look, you're in the right place. I'm going to cover exactly what you should do, shouldn't do, and let's get you focused and let's get you way more likely to get approved for a recovery loan scheme. Now, look, I'm going to assume something. If you're looking for tips on getting a recovery loan scheme, there's a high chance that you're a coach, a consultant, a business owner, an entrepreneur, or someone that's looking to start a business. And if that's true, this is the channel for you. So while you're here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, because I have got more content on the recovery loan scheme than anyone else. Not only that, I'm one of the world's leading marketers in the whole of the UK and abroad, right? And so I want to teach you to grow your business using digital marketing as well. So make sure you subscribe. Now, the recovery loan scheme. First, I want to go back and talk what this has stemmed from. So previously there was two schemes. One was called the CBILS loan scheme, the coronavirus interruption scheme, coronavirus business interruption loan scheme, CBILS, and that was for bigger business, right? That was for bigger businesses to borrow 25 grand up to many millions into their business, right? And that ended in March. And the more common scheme, which you may have had, is the business bounce back loan scheme, right? And that allowed you to borrow 2 grand up to £50,000. Now, that scheme was crazy good because it was 100% backed by the government. And what that meant was that scheme was very fast, right? You could borrow good chunks of money very, very quickly into any business, and it was very, very helpful. Now, the recovery loan scheme is great, right? It's an amazing scheme, and the very good news is that you can borrow on the recovery loan scheme if you already had a bounce back loan. You might not know that, right? So you can get a second loan, which is really going to help a lot of you guys, I know. So I'm really pleased about that. And so the recovery loan scheme is only guaranteed by the government to 80%. So what that means is if you were to default on your loan and not pay, the bank would get 80% of it back from the government and they would be liable for 20%, which means the risk jumps significantly for the bank in this instant. But it's still way better than a normal loan, right? Normal bank loans, the bank's on the line for 100%. So the banks are going to lend this money quite easily. However, they are going to be more strict. And so here's a few things and tips that you can use to get your loan more likely to get approved. And so if you're a trading company and you've been trading longer than a year, I want you to go onto Companies House and check your annual return has been filed. Your annual return is a document that you need to file every single year. It just says who the shareholders are, has anything changed in the business. It's a fairly simple document. It's very quick to register and get through, but you need to get that filed with Companies House. By doing that, that ticks off one thing. My bounce back loan got declined initially because that wasn't in at Companies House. So I fixed that with my accountant and bounce back loan went straight through afterwards, right? So get your annual return in. Right, if you haven't been trading a year, you don't need to worry about that. Next, you need to get all your accounts in order. So if you have accounts, the year-end accounts that need to be submitted to Companies House, do that before you apply for the recovery loan scheme. They're going to check them, right? And there's no better way to get them checked than for them to get them from Companies House, right? So make sure you file all your accounts, speak to your accountant on when they're due. And if they're just about to get due, just get them in. Just get them in. Anything you can do to get your house in order is going to make it easier to get this going through. Right? So that's the second thing, is make sure your accounts are filed with Companies House. Third, the next thing that you need to do is to make sure that you've got a business plan in place, right? And so your business has changed significantly in the last year and a half. My business has changed. I'm pretty much all online now. I used to do lots of live events, and for now, I'm doing most of my stuff online. So you need to talk about that in your business plan. You need to talk about what your business was like prior to everything that happened recently and what it's going to be like going forward, right? Because you can't guarantee that we'll go back to normal. So your business needs to adapt, and you need to let the bank know what you expect to happen, how you expect to get customers, keep customers, and grow a business, right? So they need to see what your plan is. If you haven't got a plan, why would someone lend you any money? I wouldn't lend you any money if you didn't know what you were doing. Just because you want money doesn't mean that I want to give you money, right? So you need to show a business plan on exactly where you expect to take your business and grow that in the next few weeks and months. That's very, very important. Next is, look, you can be open and honest with the bank. You don't have to be profitable at the moment. Most people are not. Right? Most people aren't making any profit at the moment. And so you can be open and honest with the bank and say, look, prior to what happened, I was. And so if you can demonstrate historically your business worked and the model worked and it just got hit with what happened in the world, then that is going to be a game changer, right? Because you need to show not that the business is making money now, but you need to show that going forward, you are going to be able to get it to a point where you make money. So that is essential, right? Get everything in order. Show them how it worked historically. That is going to mean you've got way more chance of getting this recovery loan scheme approved for your business, right? That's the next thing. Another thing that I don't want you to overlook, which lots of people did with the bounce back loans, is your credit score, right? They are going to run a credit check on you and your business, right? And so that you can find out what that credit score says right now. So you can go on Experian or Credit Expert or any of these companies. Nodal is another one, and just find out what's there, right? And if you've missed payments and you know that, get them up to date. If you've missed payments and you're struggling, right? Maybe you can't keep up with the minimum payments because of what's happening in the world at the moment, then at least reach out to your lenders and get a payment plan agreed. Because if your credit account shows that maybe you should be making £100 a month minimum payment, right? But you can't afford that. But you've reached out to the lender and you've agreed £10 a month and you're going to pay £10 a month and you do that, then your credit score is going to show that you are paying on time, right? It's not going to show that you've got an agreement, and that is going to mean that your credit score is going to improve, right? That is going to make a big difference. So reach out to anyone that you're not paying on time, get agreements in place, and over the next few weeks and months, your credit score will start to improve. That is going to be a game changer for you. Next, in the credit score, look at CCJs, county court judgments. Have you got any? If you have, reach out to the people that have got the county court judgments against you and settle them. Pay them off, because a county court judgment sits on your credit file for 5 years, right? 5 years it's going to impact your score. However, if you pay what you owe, it will show as settled and your score will significantly increase, right? So don't just leave it. Go and get it settled if you can. That's going to be a game changer for your business, right? And more likely to get approved. So my suggestion is that you go through all of these tips and you implement them one at a time. Get your annual return in, get your accounts in, get your credit score up to date. Improve it as much as you can. You're not going to go from a bad credit score to a perfect credit score in a few weeks, but you might go from a bad credit score to an average credit score. And that gives you a way more chance to get your recovery loan successful in application, right? They understand people have paid things late. They understand that, but you've got to be showing them that you're looking to improve stuff. That's the most important thing here, right? So I hope you've learned from that. I want to know all your questions on the recovery loan scheme. I want to know what your business is. So comment below. Let's get to know each other as business owners, right? This is the start of a relationship. And so don't lose this channel. Make sure you get all my new videos. So subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification. That will let you know when new stuff comes through. And look, all of this is great, But the recovery loan isn't going to fix your business. What is going to fix your business is good marketing. And so I want to give you a free copy of my new book, Expert Mastery. And so in the description of this video is a link. If you click on the link, what that will give you is an opportunity to grab your free copy of Expert Mastery today, right? It's a physical book. We're going to ship it to you. And that is your gift here today. Now, you're going to pay for the shipping. I'm going to pay for the book. So click on the link and grab that now. Comment, like the video, and do all that other great stuff. And the next video that YouTube's going to suggest right here, go and check that out. That's going to teach you my 5-step business accelerator methodology on growing a customer, growing a business, and getting yourself back on track. Anyway, I've been James Nicholson. Stay blessed. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye for now.